maybe when we get chairs in here instead of this table, we won't be confined to this spot.
Yeah. I told you that the shipping was $150.
Yeah, that's insane.
I'm like, I can get 3 more chairs for that.
Right.
I can get 2 more chairs for that. Like, this is absurd.
Are they in stock anywhere?
I don't know. But I was going to look around town because I'm like, I can't. I think I found one other chair that might work because I wanted armrests. So we had something to do. But I didn't want, a lot of the chairs had the back was a lean back, like 105 degrees, which is fine. It'd be very comfortable. But for cameras, we want to be kind of up. We don't want to be too far back. So I thought it'd be good to be kind of sitting up a little bit, make it look, presence is important.
Yep.
But I also don't want the chair to look very effeminate.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of really feminine chairs.
Yes. And this is the Stand Like Men podcast, not the Sit Like Women podcast.
I don't, Oh my gosh, that was perfect.
Welcome to the Stand Like Men podcast. I am Logan Ingram.
And I'm Daniel Schallenberg.
And we are here to explore what it means to live out biblical masculinity. If you're enjoying the show, we'd love for you to subscribe, give us a rating, share it with your friends, and you can also send us comments or questions or topics, whatever you want, at standlikemen@gmail.com.
Yep. We're glad you're here, y'all. Oh, I did look up, send us an email at gmail.com.
It's taken.
It is taken.
Yeah, I figured.
So that's a bummer.
Oh, well.
So we actually
what about send us a message at Gmail?
Well, we could try that, but the problem is we don't say send us an email, or we don't say send us a message at gmail.com. We always say send us an email.
That's true.
My guess is someone already took it up, hoping to make some money off of it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I learned about website parking a couple of years ago. That was a thing. I didn't even know it was a thing. But then you start getting redirects. You click on one website and it redirects to a homepage, a totally different site.
Yeah.
And it was really frustrating at the time because I was trying to, we needed a website name. And someone already had it and they weren't even using it.
Yeah.
That's what made me so mad.
Someone made, I think, a lot of money off of alphabet.com.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Because, Alphabet is the parent company of Google and all them.
Yeah.
And so they just bought it before it was a thing.
I saw something on Instagram. I don't know how true it is. I think it is, though. Is this kid named Mike Rowe. He was 18 or 19 years old. He set up a website called Mike Rowe, his name is spelled out, soft.com. And Microsoft sued him. But he ended up being able to just sell it to him. But they sued him for it. It's I would fight that to the death. This is my name.
You heard of, why there's no
play on words.
Yeah, why there's no Sierra Mist anymore, right? The drink. There was a young lady on the Instagram that her name was Sierra, and so her tag was Sierra Mist. And the Pepsi company said, "Hey, you can't be using our name." And she's like, It's my name. My name is Sierra." Yeah. And so they were kind of going back and forth with the cease and desist and all that stuff. Well, she looked up the trademark, and they had the Pepsi company had let the trademark for Sierra Mist lapse. So they didn't own that name anymore. So she went and she bought it all, and then she sent them a cease and desist.
Wow.
And they're like, fine. And so now we have Starry.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. I never knew. I was like, what the crap is Starry? What is that?
It's even worse than Sierra Mist, which was an inferior product to Sprite. It's and I'm just like, you could have used the exact same formula, just change something small, but instead you jack up the sugar and preservatives and make it taste awful.
Yeah, it tastes like a chemical bath.
Yeah. Not many people like Sierra Mist to begin with.
Mountain Dew. It tastes like a cleaning product.
A little bit. Still delicious.
It really does.
I love it.
I don't remember the last time I had a Mountain Dew because it's so strong to me, because I don't really drink soda very often at all.
Yeah.
Maybe I was at once a month, but I don't even remember the last soda I had to drink now. It's been a few months. But that man, Mr. Pibb is one of those that is the syrup taste is like so powerful.
Yeah.
And then Mountain Dew
Yeah.
is the other one that just gets me. I just can't do it.
I think I saw this on social media, so I could be wrong, but someone sued Mountain Dew because they found part of a rat in their bottle, and Mountain Dew, like a rat in their 2 liter or whatever, and Mountain Dew proved that it was false. Like they got the case thrown out or won in their favor or whatever, because they were able to prove in court that the amount of time it would take to go from their packaging facility to get to the dude's
Would have dissolved.
the rat would have been dissolved.
Oh my God. And we put that in our bodies.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's delicious.
Oh
But
my
okay,
gosh.
it's a testament to the amazing creation that God made us.
Oh yeah. Then
Like,
it doesn't
it's-
kill us.
Yeah.
I mean, our
Body can fight off
I can't remember if me and you were talking about it, but like the water in Mexico and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we can't go down there and drink it.
Yeah.
They can.
They can
They do it all the time.
all the time.
There's a guy in South
Daily.
Texas I knew that runs a big ranch down there, and he was at the time. This was. I don't even think we had kids, so this was almost 20 years ago, and he's just an old rancher down there. Well, they tested the water well quality, and it's like they labeled it like the FDA, whoever it is that does it,
Yeah.
EPA maybe, labeled it as not fit for livestock. This guy's been drinking it his entire life, and he was like 87 at the time, and that's all he'd ever drank.
Yeah.
It was just well water from his ranch, and they deemed it not even fit for livestock.
Yeah.
And so it is very fascinating how the human body is. Then you get other people who take one thing and then they die.
Yeah.
And so,
It's crazy.
yeah, it really is. I don't know, maybe we should do an episode on resiliency and
Ooh.
will like the will to live and resiliency
That's
and
a good
resiliency
one.
of the mind.
Sure.
Because it really fascinates me how that happens. You know,
Yeah.
you see people who've been shot like 11 times and they're alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then one person gets shot in the arm or the shoulder and they die.
Yeah.
It's like there's something to that.
Yeah.
I mean, there really is.
I always considered it a plot device and move on.
Yeah.
You always see that in movies where the hero gets shot 4 times.
But that actually happened. Like Cole Younger from the Jesse James, the Cole Younger gang
Yeah, yeah.
was shot like 9, 10 or 11 times. I can't remember.
Oh, wow.
And survived.
That's
And
crazy.
then other people, it was like, bam, right in the shoulder. Oh my gosh, I'm dead. And it's just like they give up.
Yeah.
And it's so weird to me.
Yeah.
But then you see that too mentally. You see people who've been through horrible trauma and like war and stuff, and then they're fine. And then other people have severe PTSD. And so I think there's something to it. And being in psychiatric care for so long, you know, almost 10 years before all of this, before now, it was really fascinating seeing people who were, you know, schizophrenic or had psychiatric breaks. Like, because there's people who are born with stuff, some people who are chemically induced with drugs or alcohol or whatever, psychosis. Well, then some people just stress. It's just, what are you laughing at?
I just remembered this is Stand Like Men, not Sit Like Women.
Oh,
I don't know why it
so
popped in.
random.
Well, I was thinking, like, how long have we been going? And I'm like, okay, we started at about 10 minutes or at about 8 minutes in because of Stand Like Men, not Sit Like Women. And I didn't mean to throw you off. I'm so
That's
sorry.
all right. That's all right. But people who have had just psychiatric breaks because of my dad's had kids from A&M who are just in finals week, and then they just have an absolute break, and they need to go spend some time in the hospital with a psychiatrist. And then other people who are in, you know, maybe they were principals at a school district or superintendents, and then after 40 years they had a break, and now they can't function. And so that's really fascinating. But that's way off topic for today. So way off topic. But that would be a fascinating one to do.
That would be.
Especially if we can find an expert to interview on it.
Yes.
That'd be really cool.
Problem is, I don't know people. I know you,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
I know people.
You know people?
I know some people.
Find us an expert in
I think
mental
I
resiliency.
might be able to do that, actually.
Excellent.
I think I can. Yeah.
It'd be cool to
All
have
right.
like a panel
Yes, it would.
of
Actually.
various experts,
That would be good.
like a psychiatric,
Physical,
professional,
mental.
physical, like maybe like a war vet and a marathon runner, various forms and manifestations of resiliency.
That's a good idea.
We don't have enough room or microphones.
No.
They'll have to bring their own microphone.
Yeah. There you go.
Perfect. Problem solved.
All right. We're not talking about that today.
Okay.
We're talking about success, like previous recent successes and opportunities where we believe that we could be better.
Yeah.
Or just new opportunities that are presented to us. And so it's kind of a lighter episode where we're just going to talk about kind of what's going on in our lives and mentally how we're handling those successes and opportunities.
Yeah. A success. This is kind of a personal success for me. Just like, just personal is the word. I got it right the first time.
Yeah.
I've been to the gym this week consistently.
That's awesome.
And I was in really good shape back in 2021, like 2020 through 2021. I was doing great. And then finally got bogged down and beaten down. And a lot of it was I started doing the photo video stuff, and I just I felt like I ran out of time, and I'd stopped making it a priority. And so I kind of stopped working out. I'd been going back and forth, and then recently tweaked my back doing deadlifts. And I was like, man, I was doing good. And I'm back into it. And I've been 3 days last week and 3 days this week.
Awesome. And I was going to ask, are you runner, circuit training type, or weightlifting?
Mostly weightlifting.
Awesome.
Right now.
Very cool.
I have run. I don't like running.
I don't either. I do it a lot in this program, but I don't like it.
I've got it. I'm kind of in a little personal tradition where I've been running a race, like a virtual race, every Thanksgiving. And so,
like, just on the computer.
Yeah. You just got to hit that space bar.
Yeah. I thought it was your arrow key.
Oh, yeah. Well, it depends on it depends. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Your setup, I'm sure.
Yeah. No.
Well, tell me what a virtual race is, because I bet a lot of people don't know, because I have no idea what that is.
You pay money into a website, and then they send you one of those little runner bibs and a medal and maybe a T-shirt or stickers or something like that.
Oh, so like you
can sign up for it, and they say, hey, we're doing a race, and you run it wherever you're at. And I think they started back.
Is it just distance or pattern mostly. Or what is it?
I think it's distance.
Okay.
I think they really got going during the pandemic.
Oh, I'm sure.
And so they're like, since you can't come out to have big race days anymore, you can run it on your own. You can do it like around your neighborhood. You can do it on your treadmill, whatever.
Okay.
But just pick your distance, and then you pay them money. They send you the bib and the T-shirt or whatever.
That's awesome.
Medal. And so I'd been doing, like a 5K, like a turkey trot thing, and I did a 10K once. This past Thanksgiving, I decided that I was not old and I needed to do a half marathon. And so I did a half marathon.
You can have that.
To convince myself that I could do a half marathon. I did it. And my goal was to get it under 3 hours.
What'd you do?
I got 2 hours, 58 minutes, and 40 something seconds.
Like that seems unattainable to me.
It's
like even running half a marathon just does not compute in my brain that it's physically possible for me.
It's
I bet
awful.
I could do it, but I think it would really be awful.
It's real awful. It goes back to resiliency. You have to decide, I'm not going to stop. I felt like I was about to die at mile 10.
Yeah.
And I looked at my watch, and I was doing the math the whole time, like, okay, what pace do I have to be at in order to make this? And I had to, my biggest issue was I didn't train right, because I had like a training program, and then I just kept finding reasons to not go training. Either I'm tired, I'll get it tomorrow, or, I've got to finish this project or whatever.
Yeah.
So I didn't train well.
Yeah.
And so that's a giant mistake. But I mean, I got it. And do you skip leg day when you work out?
Do I?
Yeah.
I can't, because every single day is leg day with this program.
That's what I'm talking about.
So awful.
You know why? Because you got to stand like a man.
Exactly.
Men don't skip leg day.
That's exactly right.
That's toxic.
No, it isn't.
I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I've back in 2020 or so, like I hadn't been running in years. I used to do cross country in high school. I hated it then and still hate it now. But like, I'd been working out and doing squats and deadlift, all the leg stuff. And then I went running after not doing anything, not running for a while. I'm like, okay, this is actually not bad, because my leg muscles were trained to actually work. Mm-hmm. And so much different than this past Thanksgiving, where I hadn't been working out and I hadn't been running at all. And so not only was my musculoskeletal system not trained for it, my cardiovascular and respiratory weren't trained for it either.
Right. Yeah, it's amazing how weight training translates to running.
Yes.
Like you can't, it's not complete, of course. So it's not one for one.
No.
But it's amazing how much it
bet you.
helps. Because before I got married, I never ran more than 1 mile, like ever. Not in like maybe a week, except for football when we're just running and stuff. But I have no measure of what that even actually is. You're just running. And last year, I did during my circuit of this Mountain Tough workout. It was like you run a certain amount and then you do a circuit of weights or kettlebells or something, and then you run and you just do that like 8 times, and it ended up being, I think, 5 miles that I ran. Yeah, like it wasn't all like I didn't just go
all
run
once,
5 miles, but I didn't walk any of it.
Yeah,
it was sets.
Yeah,
and I was like so proud of myself because I'm like, I've never done this in my life. And it was so hard for me to do that.
When was the last time you sprinted?
Like on the ground or like on a treadmill?
Oh, I mean, whichever. I was confused. I'm like, how would you sprint
on a treadmill?
Okay.
So I sprinted at Rhino Fitness. They have one of those, like it's like a free run machine. Yeah. It's a treadmill, but it's just on ball bearings. It's not, the belt is not driven. You drive it.
Oh, nice.
And so I've sprinted on that.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new reels and stuff? I swear we talked about it maybe on one of our last podcasts. I mentioned it, but it maybe not. Maybe I was talking to somebody else. But it's a husband and wife are doing that. It's like a trending thing on reels and TikTok and stuff. It's like we haven't seen each other. We've been married for 8 years, and we've never seen each other sprint full speed. And it is hysterical. Yeah. Some of them are, of course, they're athletes or firefighters. There's one that's going on right now. It's a foot pursuit. So like a wife is like, my husband's a state trooper. I'm going to see if he can catch me in a foot pursuit. Yeah. And so, of course, they destroy him. It's no contest. But the ones, the full speed ones are amazing. Because some of them, you can tell they still run and all that stuff, and they're fine. Other people, it's like, oh my goodness! Like, I just, like, are you really trying, or are you just joking? Yeah. Because I just don't know how it's physically possible for someone to run that slow when they're trying really hard. Yeah. Well, that's awesome though. Yeah. That you've been doing that.
And I like it. Like I have known that I needed to be physically active just to help with like the ADHD and the like mental health and emotional health and all that stuff. I just kept finding reasons to not do it. And so I'm actually consistent. For 2 weeks, I've gone 3 days each week. And so I'm considering that consistent.
You know that I have never regretted working out ever. Yeah. The only thing I ever regret is not working out. Yeah. And so it's as you work out less and you train your body to just, you don't follow through with your plan to work out, and you start to feel a little more depressed, or a little more lazy or sluggish. And then guess what happens? You really don't want to go work out, and then you really feel sluggish, and then you're tired. And
I find if I don't, like when I'm in a consistent pattern, if I break it, if I go more than like 5 days, then it takes me a month to get back into it at least. Yeah, I've worked really hard the last, 5 years on that, because I played 12 years of football, so working out was just part of my life for a long time. And then right after football, I went a year without working out and got really sloppy. Yeah. And then got back into it. And then, but what would happen is because I'm commuting to work, I'm working. So the only time I can go is 5 a.m. Well, then you got a kid, little ones at home, they might be up all night with something. And so I'd miss. And then there's a mental thing in me that I'm like, well, I've already missed twice this week. There's no point in working out this week at all. And then
that would turn into 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. And so the last couple of years, what I've been doing is saying, oh, to heck with that. If I miss today, that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for whatever reason, I just had it in my mind, this perfectionism thing. So
yeah.
it's either you're doing it all in or you don't do it.
Yeah.
It's like,
you can't.
And then I'm finally like, well, you know what? Why don't I just, if I only work out once a week all year, that's 52 workouts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if I do 3 and I miss 2 on accident for whatever extenuating circumstances? Well, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's still a
like,
lot.
So, okay, well, what if I miss like the last 4 weeks I've missed the gym,
mm-hmm.
but I was in Hawaii hiking the mountains looking for axis deer for
mm-hmm.
5 days straight.
Yeah.
Like, I think that counts as being active.
Still physically active,
yeah. Because it was really hard. Sometimes I was trying to hurry and it's steep. And then like last week we were at the beach. And so there was a lot of sitting around,
mm-hmm.
but there was also a lot of me standing in the surf, waist deep, getting pummeled by waves. And I didn't work out, but standing in the waves, getting hit for 3 hours, 4
mm-hmm.
hours straight, that's a workout.
Yeah.
Like my legs were sore and I was so tired and off balance feeling. And so I've learned to be okay with that and
mm-hmm.
that it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And then, I just go, as soon as I get back, I'm going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And then, that's where the resiliency piece that we were talking about earlier kind of comes in is, okay, well, I had to get up and go do it Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to do it yesterday. And today I was extraordinarily sore because it's been 4 weeks since I did a programmed workout.
Mm-hmm.
And today I sat in the gym parking lot for a minute. Used to, every now and then it'd be like 30 minutes
mm-hmm.
where I'm just like, I can't do this. But today I've trained myself to just go, okay, let's go in. Let's do it. If I can get in the door, the chances of me not working out are pretty much zero.
Yeah.
And so I try to do that, get to that point.
What's success that you've had?
One is, it was 2 weeks ago, is I got my permit for my engineering on my RV park.
Oh, nice.
It's taken 7 months.
Yeah.
Which is really frustrating, but I finally got it.
Nice.
That was the last piece we needed to finish it.
Yeah.
So now I just got to get all materials and contractors lined out because we got to have like licensed septic sewer installers,
mm-hmm.
licensed electricians, got to have Entergy come out, put power poles, all of that stuff. So it's a lot of coordinating,
mm-hmm.
but that's a huge one. 7 months of work towards that and waiting. And that's, it's been hard because I'm carrying a construction loan, no interest on that whole time. And
mm-hmm.
in my mind, it's like, man, this is taking way too long and just costing me tons of money every single month, every
mm-hmm.
single day. And so that was a huge win. And I'll just go ahead. So 2 weeks ago, I had 3 wins back to back to back. So Monday, I got my broker's license in the mail, which I've been waiting on.
Mm-hmm.
I got, and that will help me move forward with this office and just a few of my other goals in real estate.
Mm.
And then the second day, I got my engineering approved. And then the third day, I have an investment in San Antonio or around San Antonio that we invested last year in June. And it's been a year with no money seen from that at all, $0. And I got my first payment that week on Wednesday. So broker's license on Monday,
mm-hmm.
engineering approval Tuesday, and my first check from Texas on Wednesday. So that was a huge week.
Yeah.
Huge. And all of those are related in that none of those are like an instant gratification thing.
Mm-hmm.
All of those took years, pretty much. Years of planning. Like one of them took literally 1 year,
mm-hmm.
a year and a couple of weeks to get anything out of.
Yeah.
And then, but we'd started planning before that. So it was really longer than that. My broker's license, when I took the year my mom passed, well, she passed December 31st, 22. In 23, I took my broker's course, my test, everything. And just because I had an investment that I was working on a farm that I was trying to flip that it was not selling, and it was super stressful, dealing with mom and and my dad being in Texas still and trying to make sure he's okay and our family's fine, and just dealing with, loss and stuff, the grief aspect, is I mixed up two of my dates for my broker stuff and figured, I have a year after I take my test to submit my paperwork. And just was like, well, that's no big deal. I mean, I can definitely do that. And it just kept getting pushed back. Well, I finally sent it in, and they were like, this was done, like months ago.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I know. I have a year. They said, no, you have 90 days to turn it in. They said, you have a year to take your test after you complete the course. I'm like, oh my gosh, man. And so I had to redo my broker's course over again last year.
Yeah.
And finally got all the paperwork and stuff and all my CE and all my course done and test and background checks and everything. So finally got my broker's license. Oof. So that was a couple of years in the works, and that was no one's fault but mine that I mixed up that. I mean, that's all there was to that. There's some ownership for you. That was no one's fault but mine. That's 100% on me. Yeah. And so I had to own that. But now I finally got it back.
Nice.
So we're good there. And then of course, the engineering stuff that started when I bought the property, or when my dad bought the property that my RV park's on a couple years ago. And I sat on that idea for 2 or 3 years before I made one single move towards it. So it's all, and you can't get any of that stuff done immediately. So there's an instant gratification piece of that. There's, or a delayed gratification piece in that I've learned a lot of things that take time like that are much more rewarding mentally, and so like exercising, working out like yours. Like, you're not going to go to the gym 2 days this week and then be fit.
Yeah, which is the biggest crock I've ever heard. Come on. I ate a salad and I worked out today. Shouldn't I see some results?
Yes, absolutely. So that's a delayed gratification. And I think that the really valuable things in life generally happen like that. Yeah. It's something that you build towards. And a lot of people view these successes as overnight. Yeah. Well, because I know some people I talk to, I'm like, well, yeah, I'm almost finished with an RV park. And they're like, oh, I didn't even know you were doing that. Man, it's like overnight. Or, oh, you got your broker's license. Oh, that happened overnight.
Yeah. Just because you didn't see the work put into it doesn't mean it wasn't there.
Exactly. Yeah. And so most everybody is an overnight success that took 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the only way that I really know of being an overnight success is inheritance or lottery. Yeah. That's really about it. Sweepstakes, I guess, but that's kind of lottery too. Yeah. So everything else generally takes a lot of time and effort and intentionality, which we talk about lots.
We do. All right, so I guess now it's time to talk about how we pooped the bed this week.
All right, let's go. Did you make a huge mess in the bedroom or what?
No. I do need to do laundry, but no. That sounds like I actually pooped the bed. No, it's just my poetic way of saying, like, opportunities for improvement and growth going forward.
Yeah, let me hear it.
So, the past month or so, I've allowed myself to accept stress. And instead of just like, normally I'm pretty good about, like, when something stressful happens, compartmentalize is not the right word, but I delegate it and allocate it to an appropriate amount of brain space, where I say, all right, I will work on this. At this point, I will get this much progress and I can set that off to the side and I'll move on. And it's just kind of juggling things. But for some reason, this past month or two, I've just like accepted all of the things that are happening, and I've just like held on to all of the stress. And like I've allowed myself to be bitter towards people at work. I've been very petty towards people at work. I've been holding bitterness and resentment towards my family, and just not been, and I'm justifying it. I'm saying, oh, it's because of this and this and this, and you're not doing it this way. And every time something happens, I'm choosing to view it as a slight against me. Like they are doing that intentionally against against me, instead of kind of like what we talked about months ago, like assuming the best at people, assuming that they're doing their best and assuming that they are not actively trying to harm you. I would ignore that and just kind of like view it as, yes, they're doing that. That's who they are now. That's, even though there's no evidence other than this is just a stressful season for me. Like there's just, these couple months, there's just been a lot that's piled on, and they're not trying to make it worse for me. They're not trying to make it like, they're not doing this intentionally towards me. It's just a thing that's happening, but I'm taking it as, what's the word? Not as they're being aggressive, I guess. Yeah. And I don't want to say intentional again. Deliberate. They're doing it deliberately against me. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's the right word either, but.
Well, that's how you feel.
Yeah, it's how I feel. And instead of like taking that and then responding appropriately, I've been reacting. I've been very snippy. I've been very just not handling my emotions well. So it's an opportunity to improve for sure, because because of this mindset that I'm struggling with at the moment, like it's leading to other things. Like I'm pity party is not the right word, but I'm like kind of wallowing more. I'm struggling with getting into like depressive cycles.
Yeah.
And, wasting time at work and just not being productive and consuming more instead of creating more. Like sitting there and just doom scrolling on social media, which is just making it worse, because by the time I'm done, I've spent 2 hours on social media, then I'm starting to get mad at myself for not actually being productive in those 2 hours.
Spending 2 hours on social media.
Yeah. I could have done something else with those 2 hours. I could have taken a nap. I could have done the laundry. I could have done all sorts of things, but I didn't do it. And you piece of junk, you moron, why didn't you do that? You know better than this. You know what, yada, 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 yada. Mm-hmm. And so that's definitely an area that I can improve. And I'm seeing, just in the past week or so, I'm seeing some improvement in that. I'm choosing to kind of take captive these thoughts of, and I'm not good at it. I'm not nowhere near like good at this, but trying to take captive the thoughts of like, okay, no, they're not attacking me right now. They are presenting another thing that's happening. Like they're informing me of something that it is my responsibility to deal with because I committed to this. They're not attacking me. This is just something that's happening. The enemy's attacking me.
Yeah.
But my battle is not against flesh and blood. And reminding myself, like what you said, I think it was last week in our last conversation, what you said was being intentional about the eternal and having an eternal focus, and recognizing that with an eternal focus, the enemy is attacking me, not my wife. It's not my son that's attacking me. It's not my coworker that's attacking me. Whether I like my coworker or not, like they're never going to be the one that's attacking me. It's the enemy that's attacking me.
Yeah.
And just kind of that's where I've been struggling this past couple of weeks, and that's where I can have an opportunity to improve.
Do you, because we talked about response versus reaction and stuff. Do you typically, it sounds like you do, but do you typically take, like before you react with, they're after me? Mm-hmm. Do you take a moment and try and sit with it and like rationalize it through?
Not really. It's not conscious.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's just kind of, I've settled into, I used to, but it's become almost second nature.
Yeah.
Where I don't have to sit there and intentionally think this person's not out to get me. This is just a thing that's happening.
Yeah.
There are times that, if something were to happen, like I do have to catch myself, especially when I'm having arguments with them in my head, or like whenever I have an interaction, I'd start telling them off in my head. I'm like, wait a second, you're buying into this idea that they're out to get you. Even if it's like an hour or two later, I'm frustrated at the way they they reacted to me. I'm like, how dare they? And I start like telling them off in my brain. I'm like, hold on, in those moments I have to intentionally like stop. But I think generally when the stimulus happens in that moment, I'm usually the Holy Spirit has trained me in such a way to where it is almost second nature.
Yeah, good. That's awesome.
And that's not to say that I'm good at it.
We're always working on that.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I think the way that I have self-sabotaged myself some this week is imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And self-worth stuff. Like I posted some videos on Instagram, I think yesterday. And it legitimately took me 1 hour of standing outside in front of a tripod and my phone to hit record. Oh. And it's so ridiculous to me. Mm-hmm. Like, how many videos have I done now? Like bunches.
Yeah.
And it's not that big a deal. Mm-hmm. But for whatever reason, my subconscious, whatever was in overdrive on the imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to hear this, or you look a certain way on camera, you might want to fix that.
Yeah.
Or sound is going to suck, or whatever it is. And it took me an hour to hit record. And to me, like, I look at that and it's harder in that moment to see, look at all these videos I've done. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
And more what I do is attack myself and say, you are such an idiot. You are still struggling with this after all of those videos.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a negative connotation instead of a positive thing. And I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
I'm great at tearing myself down over that stuff.
The best.
And it's just really, and I mean, I overthought everything. I overthought every single aspect of it. And because I recorded one and then got interrupted and recorded another one, and then had to take a break because I was making sure that the last piece was correct.
Yeah.
And so that took another 15, 20 minutes to hit record. And so it's just all overthinking and imposter syndrome. And that's affected me in a few ways, in not just the video, but even talking to my wife, either Sunday or Monday. I was trying to explain a new idea I had for it's almost like it's like a fast-paced interview. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sure people see them on Reels and TikTok and stuff. Somebody approaches someone on the street, 60, 90-second interview real quick about something. How'd you become successful? How'd you become fit? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I have an idea to do some of those, maybe with some of my contacts in the outdoor industry and real estate and stuff, but focus around like your purpose. And do you believe you're living in your purpose and you're fulfilling your destiny kind of thing? And I was feeling so self-conscious about even just the idea of it. Like, I couldn't even get through a conversation with my wife. And she noticed immediately that something was wrong with me, because I just couldn't even talk.
Yeah.
It was so ridiculous.
You're convincing yourself not to do it before.
Yes. And she's like, what, are you feeling self-conscious or something? And it's like, I couldn't even talk to my wife about an idea that I had. Yeah. It wasn't even being done yet. It wasn't anything, but I'm just thinking, this is a ridiculous idea. Like, wait, nobody knows me. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to want to watch that. Nobody's just a million things. And then it happened, in my business coaching session today. The same thing. I wanted to bring up a few things and I didn't, because I was self-conscious about them. And it's just like, I get to the end and I'm like, whoa, it's sweet. We talked about nothing.
Yeah.
And, it wasn't nothing, but it wasn't the things I really wanted and were on my chest to talk about in my mind, so that I could get some answers for this thing. So self-sabotage, imposter syndrome has got me this week. It's got me. And it might have something to do with my eating habits, because I told you earlier I switched to carnivore this week, and I'm freaking out about that, because I'm not small, and so it takes a lot of calories just to maintain my body weight and energy levels, and I have like all super lean red meat at home.
Yeah.
And what I've realized talking to some of my buddies who have done carnivore stuff is I'm lacking in some fat already. Like
Yeah.
just
Probably.
because I'll eat tons of whitetail and axis and bison and whatever else. And then, but not, I'm like, I'm not going to go to the store and buy ribeye with a lot of fat on it because it's expensive.
Yeah.
And I have all this red meat in the freezer. Well, and so what I'm doing is just eating tons of cheese, and which I don't know if is that great for me or not. But like this version of carnivore, I don't even know if cheese is on carnivore. I think it is because it's an animal-based protein.
Yeah.
But those are kind of the two things that I was going to try and cheat on it and be like, well, I'm just going to eat some fruits and vegetables too.
Fruits and veggies are healthy.
For healthy reasons. But then I'm like, but that's not even carnivore. That's keto.
Yeah.
And my buddy called me out on that. Actually, one of my buddies in Iron Council, he's like, that's keto.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you're going to do carnivore, you probably just need more fat.
More fat.
Cut out the fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
And so I think I've got to do that, you know? And so, but I think mentally it's been a hang up because it's like, you know, I'm subconsciously pushing myself to cheat a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I know, because I remember what it felt like last time I did carnivore, and it was all lean red meat.
Yeah.
And my mind got foggy and my energy levels were horrible.
Because your brain runs on glucose.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And so, and it's like I could tell that my mind was screaming for sugar of some, whether it's natural or made up. It didn't artificial. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
My mind was screaming for me to eat some sugar.
Yeah.
And the second I ate like grapes, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
This is the stuff.
This is it. And so I got to figure that out.
Yeah.
But so that's almost like in a goofy way has been stressing me out. And it's like, all it is a diet. Like, why am I stressed about that? But I am.
Yeah.
And because I'm self-conscious like that.
Sure.
And imposter syndrome stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think imposter syndrome is how I have allowed that to control me for at least 3 days this week, maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And yeah, so imposter syndrome, I think I've allowed that to take over. And that's how I've missed opportunities this week.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity to talk to my business coach about stuff I really wanted to talk about. Maybe missed opportunities to film other videos that I should have, and I haven't yet because of that. So I'm going to try and use a little bit of logic and make sure that that's not, that I know nothing's going to happen. Because what is imposter syndrome? It's fear, right? So just make sure that I'm not living in fear and allowing that to be the thing that holds me back. And so just consciously decide, well, I'm not going to allow that to happen. And just like going into the gym, like I told you, if I can get in the door, then the chances of me not working out are almost zero. Well, it's like if I hit record, the chances of me speaking on camera is almost zero, or not speaking is almost zero. So just hit the stupid button. And so, yeah, just not allow fear to affect me like that the rest of the week.
Yeah.
So I've taken some of my buddies' advice on the carnivore diet stuff, and I'm going to be hunting fat pretty much.
Yeah.
We're going to be making bear steaks with a lot of fat attached to it.
There you go.
I'm making, I've been eating Axis for 3 days, which is so lean.
Yeah.
And cheese, and that's it. And so I've been, so I'm going to make some of my bison, which is mixed with like 30% fat, beef fat. So it has a lot of fat content, and it's really good because of that. It tastes good for one thing, because fat does taste really good.
Oh, yeah. I can see you walking into church tonight with just a stick of butter.
Practice. That's what my buddies told me to say. Just eat a stick of butter.
There you go.
You're fine. Have you ever had bulletproof coffee?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Because you put like half a stick of butter in your coffee.
Butter in your coffee.
And what's crazy is I used to do that, and you would think that would just be the most heinous cup of coffee you've ever eaten.
No, it's gonna be amazing.
It's almost like you don't even notice it.
Y'all, butter is so good.
It is good, and but it makes your coffees just rich.
Yeah,
like it's weird. And so I might try and get render some bacon fat and mix some bacon fat in my coffee.
There you go.
Like that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Maybe just carry around some bacon grease with me. Just
every
now and then take a spoonful.
Pocket bacon.
Pocket grease. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so my last success, this was with Emmett. For VBS decorations, we got to build like a pirate boat, and we're thinking, okay, with my theater background, we would do what's called a flat, which is basically you get some 1x, you make it like a rectangular frame out of 1x4. This is 1x2. And you get some Luan, which is like 1/4-inch plywood, and you just nail that to the face of it. And so you've got yourself. You can make a wall. You can make. We're using those to make like the side of a boat. And so I'm like, all right, I've got this 1x that I need to nail it together and then put the facing on. I'm like, you know what? I bet you Emmett could do this. This is not hard stuff. I've already cut all the stuff. He just needs to nail it together. So I borrowed Joey Parker's nail gun.
Yeah.
18 gauge, something like that. I'm like, all right, so Emmett, here we go. Let me show you how to work this. And we started off with like, this is a tool. This is not a toy. If you pretend like this is a toy, or if you act like this is a toy, like any and all privileges will be lost for quite a while. Like safety first, I don't want to take you to the ER. I will, but I don't want to. And then like, all right, and go to it. And so while he was doing that, like I was in the room working on other stuff, but like he felt so big.
Yeah.
At the end of that, he's like, because the thing is massive. Like it's a,
was it pneumatic or was it
it's
like
a
butane?
Battery powered pneumatic.
Okay, it's battery powered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, the battery is tiny, but it's got this massive barrel on it because it's got to compress the air in and shoot it. And so like the thing is huge. And like he picks it up and his eyes got huge. Oh yeah.
They're so fun.
But he like picked it up. He's like, this is huge. Like, yeah. So we had to find ways to make it work for him because it's so massive.
Oh yeah. They're heavy.
And heavy, and it's not balanced well. And so but like I showed him how to use it and showed him like all the different pieces of it and everything. And like he felt big.
That's awesome.
And it was awesome.
That's cool when you see your kids and you see that on their face.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and
awesome. I love that.
And he was like, he had ownership over like VBS this year. He's like, I built this. I'm stoked about this. I'm like, good. And so like, I love the ownership of it, but like what kept rolling through my brain is like, I could do this and I'd be done with it in probably half the time it's taken him to do it. And like him doing it is not really saving me a lot of time. But what I kept thinking about is we've got to get our kids to do dangerous things safely.
Yes. Because
eventually he's going to be out on his own and I'm not going to be around to help him or to take whatever project away from him to do it myself. Mm-hmm. And either he's going to be out or who knows, like I may walk out of here and have a coronary and like I'm gone.
Yeah.
But like he has to, I need to start preparing him now to be able to step up and be that man.
Yeah.
That like his mother needs him to be, that his wife needs him to be, that his kids need him to be. Like he has to, he needs to be I need to get him to a position where he's able to step up like that. And so I felt like a lot of times I usually just like leave him at home because it's easier and quicker if I just do it on my own, but it's not helping him any. And like, it's setting him up for failure because he doesn't know how to do things.
Right.
He hasn't done that dangerous thing safely.
Yep. I believe very much in doing that with our kids. Very, very much. It's so invaluable.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's something that our culture is losing.
Yep.
Like, and I think I was talking with Joey about this the other day. I was telling him about how Emmett was enjoying it, and there was a difference in like when we were growing up, we'd leave the house and it's like, all right, come back at dark, and then or like you're off on your own, just like come back if something goes wrong, and like it was no news is good news, and part of that is like we didn't have cell phones to keep touch with people, so we were gone.
Yeah. And
now it's like we don't send our kids out into the neighborhood for 6 to 8 hours a day. And like it's a different world than what we grew up in.
Yeah,
because
it is.
Human trafficking is a
big
big thing now.
Yeah.
But like there's got to be a middle ground where they're able to do dangerous things. They're able to like have fun and make mistakes and break an arm or whatever. But in a safe way,
Yeah.
So that's
I absolutely agree.
That's my other success. I felt pretty good about that.
That's awesome. Yeah. Very cool. Well, so kind of stacking on my imposter syndrome stuff for the last couple of years, just some of the expertise that I do feel that I have and skills I have in real estate are lend themselves to being like a consultant or helping with zoning or whatever it is. And so, but I've always been super afraid to charge anybody for it because I'm not good enough to charge people for it. But I'm trying really hard to talk myself out of that piece because it's like it takes a lot of my time and effort.
Oh yeah.
And it took a lot of heartache to gain those skills.
Yeah.
A lot of effort and heartache and success and whatever else, failure to gain the skills that I do have to be able to do that. Well, so I finally accepted one of those, and it's turning a residence into a residential treatment center. And so there's a lot of physical changes it needs to go through to meet like ADA requirements, fire safety, stuff like that. And I'm almost complete with it after, and it's been a couple weeks, but I've got floor plans. I've got all the state regs, all of that figured out, and have like a physical checklist and procedure in place. And then it'll have not suggestions, but pretty much descriptions of what needs to change physically about the property to make it happen. And so I'm almost done, and it's gone as smoothly as if I was just doing it for myself.
Nice.
And so that's been pretty cool. It's because I've always been so afraid of that, of taking on a project and charging somebody for it, and then I can't perform for whatever reason. I just automatically think that every single time I tell someone I'll do something for them because they trust me to do it, I immediately am afraid that I'm incapable.
Yeah.
And so I just went ahead and ignored it and said, yes, I'm going to do it. And it's almost done.
Nice.
So that was a really big win for me personally, just because of the mental battle there. And because I've dealt with that for so long. Yeah. So that's a big one.
Cool.
Yeah. But I think it's worth noting to our listeners, guys, it's super important to, sit down and recognize your wins and your successes. Like one thing, part of the Iron Council, I don't even know if it's part of the Iron Council, it's part of what my team does every Monday night. We have a phone call with each other, and we're all over the nation. And like there's people in Hawaii, guys in Canada, Texas, we're here in Arkansas, California, East Coast, West Coast, everywhere. And we start off with some wins for the week, and then something that's keeping us up at night, like just something that's stressing us out or literally keeps us up because we're worried about it. So I think talking about sharing and recognizing your wins and successes are huge, because we can get so bogged down with the ways that we have failed and let others down, or something didn't go right at work, or whatever, the weather. Like here, it's been raining for weeks, and I'm so tired of it. And that's actually kind of plays into the RV park stuff too. So I've been sitting here freaking out about getting my permit. Well, guess what? If I had my permits, we couldn't do anything because it's been raining. So it's okay. But it's really important to do that. I'd say sit down with your wife or kids or a buddy and just share your wins with each other. It's super encouraging too. Like I love hearing about other people's wins. Like it doesn't bring me down listening to other people's successes. You can allow that to happen. If you're like, well, it must be nice. Like we can't have that attitude either.
That's from the enemy.
That absolutely. We've got to have the attitude of, man, we're super proud of each other. And glad when each other win and have successes, because it's super important for us. It helps us keep going. It helps us know that there's something better ahead. The sun's going to come out tomorrow, as Annie would say.
Why'd you have to go there? And to tack on with that, like I was with the youth group, and we were in Nicaragua this past, like just a couple weeks ago. And they're like, all right, today we're just going to talk about like what was something that went really well for you. Like, what was a win that you had today? What was awesome? And like for some reason that day, the enemy was working hard on me, and I was unable to, like, see a win. And like I could go back and logically say, yes, this moment was good. This moment was good. This moment, this person was blessed because I did this. Like these were good things that happened. But the enemy was always following it up with, but you could have done more, but it should have been this way. Like just always like undermining it and like cut me off at my knees. And I just could not like be satisfied with anything. And so what I told the group that night was, I'm like, listen, like the enemy's working hard on me. I like in a couple of days, I'll be through whatever's going on and I'll be able to look back and say, yes, this was a win, but right now I can't. And so when I get in those moments of, I don't see a win, like I can't see anything that's like a success or a good thing that's happened. I always try to go back to my grace is sufficient. God tells Paul that when Paul's like, I've got a thorn in my flesh, please get rid of this thing. God replies with, my grace is sufficient. No matter what you're going through, even if you're pooping the bed, like my grace is sufficient for you. And so resting in that fact that whatever failings I've done, his grace is sufficient, and that I can rest knowing that Jesus died on the cross for me. He rose from the grave, and I get to be with him.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a relational piece there too that's Definitely. Super important. Mm-hmm. First of all, your relationship with Christ. And then like I was just saying, my guys on my team, if we have good relationships like we do with each other, we can be honest and say, guys, I don't have anything. Mm-hmm. And here's why, and here's my up at night. And then we can all talk about that. Mm-hmm. And because it's so powerful to hear truth from other men mm-hmm. and other people. I mean, it could be your wife or whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a guy. Mm-hmm. But having that relationship with people that you can share a win and people are actually proud of you and happy for you. You can also share your losses and your failures and your up at nights, and they can help speak truth and mm-hmm. encouragement into you.
Yeah.
That is so important.
Thanks for listening to the Standing Like Men podcast. We'd love it if you would send us your successes and maybe some areas that you feel like you can improve in. We'd love to hear those as well. Send us an email at standinglikemen@gmail.com.
Our verse is 1 Corinthians 16, 13, and 14.
Be watchful.
Stand firm in the faith. Act like men. Be strong.
Let all that you do be done in love.
And this is the Stand Like Men podcast, not the Sit Like Women podcast.
Yeah.